It's a brand new week on Head versus Heart. I am Ose, and this is brought to you by NairaBet. An interesting lineup of games we have this week, but just before we dive into these interesting games, let's see how profitable last week was. First game we had was Atletico Bilbao versus Barcelona. We both went for either Barcelona to have a straight win or both sides to score. And of course, they did give us an amazing set of zeros as the match ended in 0 on both sides. The next game we had was Man City-Chelsea. We went for Man City to avoid defeat, and of course Man City did avoid Chelsea's 0 by 6 points of their own. And the very last game we had was Bayern Munich-Schalke, and we went for Bayern Munich to gain total victory, and of course Bayern Munich did gain victory in a match that ended in 3-1. So that was it, folks. We had pretty much zeros going on in there, but at last the game was profitable for who it was profitable for. So let's dive into this week's interesting games. Okay, folks, so we are ready, fired up, ready to make some cool cash. So I expect that you are ready for this week?
Of course I am.
Okay, so let's go right into it. First game, we've got Manchester United versus Chelsea.
Yeah, Manchester United, Chelsea is going to be a very big one and a big cracker, of course, in England. And for Chelsea, it was an unexpected one coming from them against Manchester City. Of course, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
okay, we know it was
6.
6. We know it was 6.
I wasn't expecting that.
Elaborate.
Well, because of that, I'm just expecting Manchester United to actually not minorly overrun Chelsea. Okay. It's going to be a very tight one. Of course, they will be aiming to quickly bounce back to winning ways. However, looking at Manchester United, they are unbeaten in their 11 games. So I just expect them to continue their unbeaten run, at least to avoid defeat.
To avoid defeat. Okay, so after all this thing you said, you're still going for Manchester United.
Of course.
Anyways, I'm going with you on this one. I'm going with Manchester United because I hate failure in my life, so I'm not even going to go with Chelsea. What was that nonsense they played over the weekend? 6 goals. Who does that?
You shouldn't just because, of course, before that before consider 6 goals, of course, that was their heaviest defeat since 1991. I don't care.
When they come back,
before that, they won. I mean, against
Mr. Benga.
Okay.
Statistics, hold it. When they win, the next time they win, I'll come back to them. But till then, I'm team Manchester United.
That means you're not a faithful fan.
I don't care. I'm making Manchester United to flog them. So I'm expecting a straight win, victory, total victory for Manchester United. Okay. So the very next time we've got Inter Milan Sampdoria. Yeah,
Inter Milan Sampdoria is going to be, well, I wouldn't want to say that it's going to be one-sided. Okay. Nonetheless, you can see Sampdoria, they have been struggling recently. They lost their last 2 games. And Inter Milan, they have been doing fine. And looking at their previous 3 meetings, all have gone the way of Inter Milan. So I just expect a similar thing happening here, a straight win for Inter Milan.
Yeah, obviously. Inter Milan, Sampdoria. Who are they? Who is Sampdoria? Inter Milan all the way, Sampdoria, maybe some other time. The last game we've got Frankfurt, Mönchengladbach.
Of course, that is going to be a very keenly contested one. Okay. Because we look at both sides, well, I'm not expecting a lot of goals in that particular game because their previous 5 games have only produced 7 goals. So, meaning that it's not even up to 2 goals per match. So, I just expect under 3.5 goals. Right.
Okay, so to be frank with you, did you feel my rhyme just now? To be frank, Frankfurt. Anyways. Mönchengladbach, Frankfurt, I'm expecting both sides to contest keenly, so I'm expecting both sides to score, even though I feel there's a possibility Mönchengladbach will be scoring more goals. They'll be scoring more goals because they're trying to bounce back from the defeat to Hertha Berlin.
Well, as I've said, and as I've put the statistics on the table, you can see the goals in their previous 5 games has not been impressive. Okay,
but right now I'm being very stingy with my straight wins because last week I said straight win for Chelsea and see the nonsense they played. So for this team, I'm going to give both sides to score. So that's it for this week. Let's do a recap of the games we're going with. So Manchester United, Chelsea, what are you going with?
Yeah, I'm expecting Manchester United, although they'll be playing away from home. To avoid defeat.
Okay, and I'm going for a straight win for Manchester United. I hope and I pray that you flog Chelsea real good. The next game we are going with Inter Milan for Inter Milan Sampdoria.
For Inter Milan to
For Inter Milan
to win.
To win, yes,
yeah, to
obviously.
Win.
Then the last game, Mönchengladbach, Frankfurt.
Yeah, I'm expecting under 3.5
under
goals there.
3.5 goals. I'm expecting both sides to score. So that's it, folks, on this week of Head versus Heart. I have been the Heart Oster. He has been the Head Banger. So we'll come your way next time. Toodles.
Bye.